Hello, everybody. Dom Tiberi here, joined by Adam King. The Buckeyes take care of business today over in West Lafayette. No letdown. Ryan Day said after the game he worked on his team talking about competitive stamina. We are getting into the late months of fall, or, I don't know if it's late, but it felt like fall out there. It felt like it was winter, as a matter of fact. But anyways, the bottom line is this. He's going to make sure his football team was ready to play today. They were ready to play. And, Adam, they had adversity. They had adversity before the game started. They were minus their two top running backs, if you want, Mayan Williams and, of course, Trey Henderson, who's your home run hitter, out of the game. And they found a way to overcome. They found a way to get it done. Obviously, it was a pretty dominating win, in my opinion. And they called the dogs off a little bit. They could have really lit them up, I think.
I think if you remove the Devin Brown fumble, which was a little bit of a different kind of play, I
thought it was a touchdown, too.
Well, the way that the defender hit the ball, it popped out. But if you say that goes in the end zone, I think it might be both offensively and defensively the best half of football Ohio State's played this year when you look at that first half.
First half, yeah.
Second half, Ryan Day said they got a little sloppy in between there, but then they immediately put the starters back in and went right down the field and scored. I think that game said a lot about a lot of different units. The offensive line answered any questions it had going into that game about running the football. Now, obviously, the real challenge is coming. Wide receiver room. We always kind of take for granted at Ohio State the wide receiver room. Thought today, without Emeka Egbuka, there were some drops, but really no problems in the end. Cade Stover, he is 100% a part of this Ohio State offense, and it's not going anywhere, and I thought Kyle looked phenomenal.
Bottom line is this. I think there was a lot of gamemanship that went on today, folks. Now, we can say, oh, my goodness, the sky is falling. We're back in the same boat with the running backs. In my opinion, if need be, Trey Henderson could have played. I think Mayan probably could have played. There is a huge game looming. And the second this game ended, no disrespect to Purdue, but Ohio State showed great poise. And to me, they could have been looking ahead. Ryan Day did not allow that to happen. There is a huge game that is going to be played this coming Saturday in the Horseshoe, 12 noon. Penn State's coming to town. And we thought Notre Dame, Ohio State, was going to be the game. And it was a heck of a game. But this game here, this Saturday with Penn State worries me because I'll tell you why. Now, I know what you're going to say. Their offense is whatever. Yeah, and I agree. Their offense is whatever. We'll see what happens. But they play defense, and this Ohio State offense is going to face a very, very physical and stout defense. And Ohio State's got to be able to run on these guys. We got to see what we saw today, 200 yards rushing with the backup back. I thought that was huge. They need to do it next week. And to me, if Ohio State cannot get any kind of running game going, it could be a long day next week.
Well, I think it's really interesting. One of the biggest takeaways from today was that fast start. Ryan Day circled it the last couple weeks. Obviously, it didn't happen against Maryland, didn't happen against Notre Dame. But when you looked at this week, they got out of the gate and they set a tone. The defense gave up a little bit there on that first drive, but got the ball back. No score on the board, and the Buckeyes go down the field. They get it back again, go down the field. When you do that, I don't care who you're playing. It knocks an opponent off a little bit. They're in a different kind of ballgame, almost what Maryland did to Ohio State when they went down and put up 10 points. And you're looking at the scoreboard, and all of a sudden, you're in a hole. If the Buckeyes can open the Penn State game like they did today, boy, I think that's about as good as you could draw it up. And I think then you'd probably feel pretty good as you head to the second quarter.
And I love the fact that they are giving James Franklin nightmares now.
Yes, they are. It's a good point.
Because the new wrinkle on – first of all, Ryan Day is an offensive genius. And I love the fact that all of a sudden, we have now a goal line quarterback in Devin Brown. Devin Brown, I thought he scored 2 touchdowns. We can debate whatever, the instant replay, whatever. It looked like the ball crossed the line and then whatever.
You're not a fan of Purdue anyway.
I don't particularly care for Purdue. But anyways, because they've caused a lot of pain, but not this year. But I love the fact that he is now given James Franklin and Penn State things to think about. Let's just not forget one thing. If they go with this, like Devin Brown, short yardage guy, he can also throw the football. He can throw the football. they've got to be now wondering what the heck is. And I think Trey will be 100% next week. Bring it on. Let's go.
Well, it was you that wanted Devin Brown to be the starter all along, and so this has got to be a good moment for you to see him out there.
Right.
No,
this is the guy that he said he predicts everything. The Blue Jackets are going to win the Stanley Cup last year.
The jury's still out on that one. I don't think.
Great. Give some more predictions.
I will say this. Did you see what I thought was one of the most telling plays for this run game?
Yes.
Is when they went to hand the ball off and Kyle kept it, and he got 9 yards on a 2nd and 10. That kind of play, if you're Penn State, when you see that, it keeps you honest. And that's going to open up the run game so much when you look at that. Obviously, when you bring in Devin Brown, it's a whole different mindset. And I think you're right. I was surprised that he threw that pass to G. Scott. Because I thought if you're Ryan Day, you just run with him. And then next week, you let him let loose. Obviously, he showed with Brandon Ennis there in the fourth quarter. He can throw. He will throw.
Well, you saw that. And here's the bottom line. They sent many messages today. They won the game. They had to win the game, but they also sent many messages. And once again, Ryan Day is an offensive genius. And the wrinkles that he put in today, you're absolutely right. James Franklin was going to go to bed tonight, but he's not. He's staying up going, oh, my goodness, what are we going to do against these guys? And
you know what we didn't even touch on, Don?
The defense.
The defense looked absolutely.
They won the game. They were. I mean, well, the offense won, they scored the points, but the defense, when you're playing that, if everyone feeds off the defense wins championships. Silver bullets, in my opinion, are back. The test is going to be at the end, but right now they are playing silver bullet defense. They're getting pressure on the quarterback, ladies and gentlemen.
When they played Maryland, you were very in on Tagovailoa.
Yeah.
And I think the more that I watch him, the more that I think you might be right that was the best quarterback that they're going to play.
I think it was.
And J.J. McCarthy's pretty good. This Penn State team, I don't think their offense is the best offense they've faced so far. And we've seen this Buckeye defense hold everybody under 10 points a game is what they're averaging. When you look at that, I don't know. I just feel like the Silver Bullets have made quite the statement. The defensive ends making plays.
The strength of this Penn State offense, though, is their offensive line. They do a great job of blocking. They do like the run, but they give McCarthy time. We're going to see, though, because I think now the confidence level with the Silver Bullets is up here. We're seeing Jack Sawyer and J.T. Tuimoloau getting to the quarterback, and it's just the confidence is growing with these guys. But I will caution everyone. Yes, I'm excited. Yes, I was worried about a letdown over there in West Lafayette because we have seen it. So 2018, do you remember what happened to poor Urban Meyer's team? I am glad Ohio State got out of there. I am pumped. I'm looking forward to this game. But this team has nowhere arrived. Don't think that it's not going to be a battle every week. It is. And this is, to me, the biggest test they will face to date.
Penn State?
Penn State.
I think you're 100%.
I think this is a bigger test than Notre Dame now. And they barely beat Notre Dame.
I think skill-wise, you're right. I think it's different playing at home.
Yeah. Well, I think that's going to help.
I think it'll help a lot. I think it'll be an absolutely great game. And boy, I mean, when have these two teams ever got together and just had a normal football game or a blowout? It doesn't happen when Ohio State and Penn State take the field
Well,
together.
there's been a few over the years. We don't want to remember some of those. And I love it when Ohio State pours it on them. But let's hope they go. Because I think Ohio State, as I look right now in the grand scheme of the world, Ohio State's as good as anyone.
Georgia looked average today.
Look, Georgia, Alabama
Michigan,
struggled,
we'll find
Michigan.
it out.
So, yeah. All right, he's Adam King. I'm Don Tiberi. Do us a favor. Keep it on 10tv.com and WBNS 10 TV for all your Buckeye football coverage needs.